Hey everyone, how are you? Welcome to the program. Appreciate having each and every one of you taking the time out of your schedules to join me for a program. It's a pleasure to be here as always, here for a special, knowingly you listen to shows such as A Session with JJ, Take Two, anything that's scheduled on the network. But I'm trying something new here. It's been a little while since I last hung out with this dude right here, and it is a pleasure and honor to sit by his side once again. We're reunited. He's a fellow radio guy just like me. And why don't I introduce him to you? It's Mr. Johnny P. How are you, buddy?
Hello, sir. How are we doing?
Doing excellent.
My mic is working now. It's a beautiful thing.
Mic is working now, yes. We actually had to do another take, which those of you in the radio industry or the video industry, you'll know that sometimes
you fire an intern.
That, or sometimes you may need to do a few takes before you get it right. But it only took us 2 takes to get it right. I don't want to jinx it, though. That's the thing. If I jinx it, we might have to do it again and again and again, which is not good. No. I think this is fine. But the fact is, yes, this is a show, a special. We're trying something new here. I host A Session with JJ. I co-host Take Two. But I've always wanted to do a show where there's a bit of comedic value, a bit of entertainment value added to it. Something that is a bit more raunchy than the programs I'm used to doing. So glad to be here with you. We've got a great evening of programming set for the listeners, and we're going to get into all of that in just a moment. But I do want to plug the network. The Voices on the Net network. For those of you that tune in each and every show, whatever show that may be, it is appreciated. But without the network, these shows would not be here. So if those of you tuned in right now would be so kind, would you please visit www.vonthenet.com, the Voices on the Net network website, where you, the great listeners, will be able to find more information regarding this network here. All you need to do is go to the top of the website. Yeah, you'll see an About link. Click it. It will take you to a web page providing you everything you need to know pertaining to this very network here. For those of you that are new, you don't know much about this network, that's a guide for you to check everything you need to know about this network. Yeah, you could also listen to or watch podcasts of any of the episodes from any of the shows, and they're all available on demand for and at your very own convenience. And everything can be checked out by going to www.vonthenet.com.
You know what you just reminded me of? And if the radio career doesn't work out for you, you have an excellent career as a flight steward.
A flight steward.
Yeah, your hand directions and the directions you just gave.
Thank you.
Flight steward.
Thank you.
I want some peanuts.
I'll tell you, though.
Get me some peanuts.
I would much rather be in the radio industry than that. Flight stewards, it seems like, I don't know, I've never been on an airplane, but I've watched movies and I've read stories. It seems that, just like any other industry where you have to attend to customers, I've worked in retail, so I know how annoying customers can be. It's true.
Those little bag of nuts are not good.
Right. It's just... certain people are better for that type of job, I'm going to say. Now, as somebody in the broadcasting industry, I could tell you that I have to try, anybody that's in this industry has to try and appeal to an audience. You have to. I mean, you want people to want to listen. You want people to enjoy what they're listening to, clearly. So, yeah. But you're a fellow radio guy. We've done quite a few shows together. It's been a little while since we've done a show. What have you been up to, man? What's been up?
Just doing some work and doing some voice work. I just finished my 4th season with the Newark Bears baseball team.
That's very awesome.
Yeah, they had a pretty good run, unlike the Boston Red Sox that just choked it up. Hey,
I love it.
Heard Theo Epstein is giving a very unique Christmas present to the entire Boston We're Sox this year.
What is that?
He's giving them Heimlich maneuver lessons.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
They'll learn not to choke next year.
Yeah, and the fact is, we're going to talk about that, absolutely. We're going to talk about the Boston Red Sox collapse, the epic collapse. I mean, this is one for the history books here. But it wasn't only the Red Sox, it was also the Atlanta Braves. We're going to go into that. I tell you, you learn to love the team you're a fan of. I'm a New York Yankees fan. You're a New York Yankees fan. We're used to the postseason. We are. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
there are certain teams that are, they never see the postseason. We're used to it, like the Mets. If you're in the New York area, clearly you're either a Yankee, more than likely a Yankee or a Mets fan, or a Phillies fan. If you notice that if you go below, like a Central Jersey, it seems to me that there's more Phillies fans than New York Yankee fans.
Yeah, well, I think it's, they're closer to the Philly market.
Right, but it's still, I mean, Central Jersey, I went to Edison one time, and the amount of Phillies fans, and Edison's not far from where the studio is right here. I'm talking about I'd say less than 25 minutes from here. And there are so many Phillies fans down there, I've noticed. And if that's where the line starts, wow, that's all I have to say about that. But
yeah, I mean, it all depends on where you're from. Maybe they moved up to the suburbs and they wanted to get out of the Philly area. They grew up in the Philly area, so
right.
That would make sense. But getting back to the Red Sox for a second, you're a terrible baseball team when you have not only the most epic collapse in baseball history, but you replace the New York Mets for the most epic collapse in baseball history.
When was that? Was that back in 2007?
2007.
And they were down. They were up 8 games, and then they ended up blowing it.
I think they were up 8 games with 15 left to play or something like that.
15 left to play, I believe it was. Yeah.
That's wow.
I remember that because my mother is a die-hard Mets fan. She's the only one in the house.
That's terrible.
Out of everyone. We're all Yankee fans.
How the hell did that happen?
Well, her father was actually a Yankee fan.
So how did Mommy become a Mets fan?
I have no idea. I don't know. I really don't know how she became a Mets fan. Maybe she just wanted to be different, seeing that everybody was a Yankee fan, and she felt, you know what? I'm going the opposite route. Rather than being a Yankee fan, she's not going to be a Phillies fan. She's not going to go out of market. She's going to stay in market, and what else do you have? What other choices do you have? So the Mets. So she decided to become a Mets fan, and it hasn't, I guess, if you're a Mets fan, been that great of the last. How many years do you want to say? How about in our lifetime? The last 20 years, it hasn't been too great for Mets fans. If you're a Met fan, clearly, you don't know what the postseason really smells like too much, right?
Well, I have a friend that's husband is in the military, and he's a diehard Red Sox fan. And I never understood why he was a diehard Red Sox fan until I found out the story. And now I respect him. And the reason I respect him is because not only is he a military guy, but this is why he's a Red Sox fan. Apparently, when he was a little boy, the two things he wanted to be was he wanted to be in the military, and he was a Ted Williams fan because Ted Williams was in the military.
Right.
So he liked both.
Yeah.
He wanted to be like Ted Williams, and he wanted to be an Army man. Now he's in the Marines. Ted Williams is his favorite baseball player, hence why he's a Red Sox fan. So I can respect that. But other than that, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. My best friend is a Red Sox fan. He is a diehard Red Sox fan. And anytime the Red Sox either beat the Yankees, and believe me, I felt it. I felt it quite a bit. I felt it when the Yankees were owning the Red Sox were owning the Yankees towards the beginning of the year. I mean, I bet you felt it too. Where the Yankees just could not beat the Boston Red Sox. They couldn't. It seemed to me that the Red Sox, first off, they started off 2-10.
Yeah, they were terrible.
They were terrible, but then after that, they went on a streak. They would win. They would win 6 games here. They would win 7 games there. They would win 5 games here. They would win 6 games. They would just. It seemed to me that the Red Sox really were one of the hottest teams in baseball for 4.5 months, and then the epic collapse in September. And we're going to talk more about that. We're going to talk more about that we're going to talk more about that coming up. We have a few segments planned for you here. Like I said, a few hours of great content. We're going to add a bit of comedy, sports chatter. We've got a great itinerary for you that we're going to be going into, and a bit of music to top the evening off. So Johnny and I want you all to stay tuned to the show here. This is JJ and Johnny. We appreciate each and every one of you taking the time out of your schedules to join us. We're going to get an individual on the line, and we're going to have Johnny talk a bit about who he is, what he's all about, and musician Johnny.
Okay, we're going to be getting Sami Eldebs on the line in just a couple seconds. He is a singer-songwriter from the New York, New Jersey area. He's in the middle of producing a brand new album. It's self-produced. He's played every instrument on the album. He's going to be coming on live in just a couple seconds. He's going to be playing some tunes for us, talk about the new album getting released in December. And we'll take some questions from the audience in just a couple seconds. So why don't we go to the break, get Sam ready, and then get him in the studio, and we'll be back in just a moment.
And this is Sami Eldebs?
Eldebs, yes. Sam Eldebs.
Sami Eldebs coming up right after the breaks. Right after the break, so stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. And we're back. That is right, JJ and Johnny, right here on the one and only Voices on the Net Network. Thank you all for taking the time to join us. It is an immense pleasure to do this for you. A special show, not scheduled necessarily, but just something we wanted to do for each and every one of you. And I'm actually going to give the mic over to Johnny as he introduces a buddy of his. He's a musician. And again, it's a real honor to be able to have him on. So what do we have? What do you have for us?
Yeah, like we were just talking about before the break, this gentleman's name is Sami Eldebs. I'm sorry, I always pronounce his last name wrong. And he's going to kill me when he gets on the air here. But Sammy's actually a really good friend of my sister and my new brother-in-law. And Sammy's an up-and-coming singer-songwriter right out here in the New York, New Jersey area. My sister and my brother-in-law have been trying to get me to come out and see his show for a while. And you know how it is being in the radio and music and entertainment industry. It's tough. You say you want to go, and then 5 million things come up.
Absolutely.
So they told me that Sammy was going to be performing at their wedding, and he was doing a song by Dave Matthews called "You and Me." And it was a unbelievable rendition. I mean, I'm a huge DMB fan.
Right.
This guy knocked the song out of the park, and it was just him with an acoustic guitar.
I heard some of his videos on YouTube. Yeah. He's amazing, I'll tell you.
He's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Yeah. So I got to talk to him at the wedding, and I was like, dude, this is great. When the show launches, we'd love to bring you on. And he was like, yeah, absolutely. So I talked to him last night, and I was like, hey, what's your schedule? We have an opening. And he was like, oh, I would totally want to do it. So we made it happen. And we actually, after talking for a while, realized that we actually have more mutual friends besides my sister and my brother-in-law. Really good buddy of mine from high school and Sammy play together all the time. So there's a brand new album coming out. And you know what? I can't do this man justice. I really can't. Right. So I think we should just have Sammy. He's here. He's in the studio. He's ready to rock and roll.
Hey, Sammy.
Sammy, what's going on, dude?
How are you? You guys can hear me all right?
Oh, absolutely.
Excellent.
All right,
absolutely.
Cool. Very cool, man.
Thank you so much
How
for...
How you guys doing over there?
We're doing great, dude.
Doing excellent.
Cool.
Yeah. Now, Sammy, thank you once again for taking the time to come on the show. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. And now, how long have you been a musician for, Sammy?
Well, I've been playing it for, probably like, since I was like 11 years old. I started out, being a drummer. And, I kind of did that for a couple years. And, my best friend was actually a guitar player. So he just showed me a couple chords. I went from that to songwriting to, then to singing. Then I played the bass. Then I just kind of learned all the instruments from there on out. But pretty much, since 11 years old. So
you do. So Johnny was telling me that you play all of your instruments. So you're a one-man band.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yep.
That is awesome. I think that I find that so enthralling. I'll tell you. I was checking out your YouTube videos before you came on, and the cover you do, DJ. What's it called?
DJ's Got Us Falling in Love Again.
I love that performance that you did.
You.
It was awesome. I was blown away. I'm honest to God. I thought it was great.
I thought I was cool when I learned the intro to Summer of '69. I learned the first 2 chords, and man, I thought I was a rock star. I can't hold a candle to this guy. This guy is phenomenal.
He really is. He really is. Now, you're going to play a couple of songs for us, Sammy. But perhaps you want to talk a bit about your album. Let listeners know where they can check it out. Well, your website is SamiEldebs.com, SamiEldebs.com.
That's right.
But you want to talk a bit about your album? Let us know a bit more about it.
Yeah, well, pretty much I had an EP that was released about 3 years ago. It was 4 songs. It took a little bit of a while because I was working with this producer down at Red Bank. Pretty much the idea of this new album was that, to just do it from the, from ground up, just me, producing, just writing, take the time off and, giving my ideas, just being simple about it,
Right.
So I actually have an Apogee 1, which is like an interface. It has a built-in condenser microphone. So pretty much what I'm doing right now is just recording through that and, my MacBook and just kind of inspiring, I guess, other artists saying that, you don't have to have like a multimillionaire, studio to do 10 songs and cut an album. There's no point in waiting, for the record labels or for a producer to say that they have time for you to record. It's just kind of, nowadays it's do it yourself, or, you're going to get lost in the mix. We got the internet, we got everything now in our hands, so you might as well take advantage of that, and that's pretty much what I did, to be honest.
Sam actually reminds me real quick of a band that's actually also from the New York area, a band called Atomic Tom. And what got them huge was the YouTube video that they put on. That was their quote-unquote music video, where they played all their instruments with iPhone apps. And
sure.
You know the story behind that, Sam? Why they did that?
Yeah, I've heard something about that. Yeah.
They produced their album in an apartment, I believe in like Brooklyn or something like that. And they kept getting the cops called on them because they were playing loud and stuff like that. But hey, they're struggling musicians just like everybody in the industry. Times are tough, and like Sam said, producers and things like that. So they were using their guitar cases and their amp cases and speaker cases to try and soundproof the apartment as best they could. And as they were getting, I believe it was as they were getting ready to go to a gig or coming back from a gig, someone stole their entire music lineup. They stole their amps, their guitars, their drums. These guys had nothing.
Right.
And they were getting ready to shoot this music video. So they're all sitting there going, well, now what the hell do we do? They were going to shoot it in the apartment. So they're like, screw it, let's just play on a subway. And now they're shot to superstardom.
It's amazing, really, what the internet has done. You brought that up before, Sammy. As I've always had a passion for broadcasting, and I've always wanted to start a network of my own. So I started the Voices on the Net network. The internet has allowed me to do that. I've featured over 50 guests on the show that I do. I've learned so much from so many different people, and similar to what I'm doing right here. You're on the show here. I do a show where I feature a different guest, and it's just amazing what the internet has allowed people to do for pennies on the dollar. That's what's amazing about it.
I think what's important, is to kind of, take and this applies to everything else in the world, that, you have to kind of like take matters in your own hands nowadays and not kind of wait for anybody, or when you're in college to wait. You just got to do it yourself and really just, see where you go with it. Because if not, you're going to be waiting around forever. And I know so many talented artists that are just doing that, just waiting around. So it's important to just believe in yourself, go out there. We're blessed. 50 years ago when these, Elvis Presley and all these great artists were coming out, they had to be found. We don't anymore. We have the luxury of all of this. So
I have more things to ask Sammy about, especially with American Idol and X Factor, but we're going to hold on to that in just a second. I really want to hear him play.
Yeah, I do too.
I want you to hear him play.
Oh.
I do too. Absolutely. You want to play a song for us?
Yeah. I'm gonna. I'm definitely gonna do the Usher song for you.
Yay!
That's awesome. That is awesome.
All right.
I'm gonna start with one of the songs that's gonna be on my album. This one's called "Leave." I guess basically about, not taking it anymore, just kind of, saying that I could do this on my own and just, just leave. You know what I mean?
Why do you want to leave?
It's a relationship song, and I hate writing relationship songs.
Seems like the whole music industry is dedicated to love. And
why do you want to leave, Sam? You just got here. The
crowd's
loving
not
you.
To you guys.
Well, Mr.
I like doing this show, man. I like it.
Well, Mr. Sami Eldebs, everybody.
Here we go.
Too many words in my head, I wish I could have them said. Would you just like you and me? The feelings that we shared, the days that we cared. Would you just sit here with me? Decisions we made with no time to think. Now our dreams are shattered. Long till we sing. Don't know how much more of this I can take. My heart's in your hands, while your hands on your waist. Saying I'm about to leave. Saying I'm about to leave. Heart is the heaviest, my soul's the lightest. I lost my way right now, and everything we had everything turns to bad. We must have took the wrong turn now. Decisions were made with no time to think. Now our dreams are shattered. A lot to we say. Don't know much more of this I can say. Hearts in your hands, while your hands on your waist. Say, I'm about to leave. I'm about to leave. Go my own way now. Do my own thing now. Yeah. I go my own way now. Do my own thing now. Don't know how much more of this I can take. Hearts in your hands, while your hands on your waist. Saying, I'm about to leave. Saying, I'm about to leave. Don't know much more of this I can say. Hearts in your hands, while your hands on your waist. Oh, I'm about to leave. Oh, I'm about to leave. Oh, na na, na na.
Wow.
Phenomenal job.
Oh my goodness! What an awesome job! You're amazing. I can't tell you how blown away I am from listening to you. That was awesome. Excellent job.
Very much, man. Thank you.
That's called
yeah,
Leave.
That's basically, and I didn't want people to get the wrong message. I'm going to talk about the album just a little bit more. Is that people start to listen to it. They're like, this is all heartbreak songs and stuff like that. But why I think that, nowadays, especially in New Jersey and the New York area, why I think my message is important compared to other artists is because, again, it stems from the original idea for the project is to do it yourself.
Right.
And even though they are heartbreak music, it's about standing up on your own, that you don't need anybody else, whether it's a girlfriend, whether it's your friend or whatever, at the end of the day, it's your own life. At the end of the day, we all die alone. So I kind of gave that idea just being like, you know what, man, stand up on your own and do as much as you can, and you'll be all right. You'll be all right.
You can really tell from.
So that's
you
it.
could really tell people that play music. From the emotion and so forth. They really, for instance, the song you just sang for us, "Leave." By the way, we're speaking with Mr. Sami Eldebs, a musician here, and we're really, really honored to have him on the program. You really tell just based on the emotion you put into that song how much it means to you, and really for a musician in general, any musician for that matter, by the lyrics and the emotion musicians put into the songs, that really allows people to get out, whether it's anger, whatever it may be, whether it's a love song and so forth. You're trying to send a message out to somebody. You can really tell just based on the emotion.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean that's the idea, man. You got to stand up strong on your own because nobody's going to do it for you. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will.
Let's touch again real quick. We were talking right before you started playing about American Idol, X Factor. You talking about doing this all on your own. You actually went the route of American Idol, made it to the second round.
Yeah.
How did that help you out with inspiring you to just keep going?
I mean, it's funny because I was never really into that whole reality show thing. I never really liked it. The first season I was okay with. Kelly Clarkson won that one, but then after that I was just like, whatever. But I was tired of hearing like my friends and family and everybody just saying, take a leap, do it, why not, So I went there, did my thing. Wasn't really thinking anything of it, honestly. I just wanted to see what was behind the scenes, what was going on there, and I passed. And it was kind of really humbling because I mean, being one of 300 singers out of 17,000, in the East Coast alone was just like, wow. yeah, I couldn't believe it.
That's
I
a
really
big market too. The
Yeah.
New York area is a huge,
Absolutely.
huge market. My sister actually she went to the Cattle Call twice. She didn't even make it past. The first time
Yeah.
she felt overwhelmed, and even the second time she saw all of these people going. This was before even getting in front of the actual judges, where you have to go in front of the producers. Just
Yeah,
totally
yes, yeah.
overwhelming. But you made it past the producers, and you actually made it to the judges.
Yeah, well, I mean, a round before the judges.
Round before the judges.
The
You
round
mean
right before the judges.
The executive producers.
Executive
Yeah, they
producers.
have, I don't want to reveal too much, but they got, some,
I worked on the show. I know all about it.
Okay. So, it's kind of like that, and but still, I think everybody says that when you get, to the last round, right before they announce the winner and stuff is the hardest, but I really think the hardest part is getting through all those people.
Yeah,
'cause
absolutely.
You sit there for hours, and the fact that you make it in such a thin line, it meant a lot. It really did. At the end of the day, I respected it. I respected myself. I was like, well, all right, there you go.
What's not to respect, dude? I mean, you got the goods.
Yeah, you really do.
It was cool. It was a fun time at the end of the day. It was cool, man.
No, you know what? I think you and I should just shut up and let him keep singing. I think that's what the fans want.
I'll tell you. I won't argue with you on that one. So, what are you going to play for us now, Mister?
Well, I guess I got to do the Usher song for you.
That would be awesome because I checked it out on YouTube and it was an awesome, awesome performance. The cover you do. So, Mr. Sami Eldebs, DJ Got Us Fallin' in Love, right here.
Back in the club, get the bodies rocking from side to side, side to side. Think I know the week is done, feel like a zombie gone back to life, back to life. Hands up, and suddenly we all got our hands up. No control of my body, think I seen you before. Think I remember those eyes. Tonight, DJ got us falling in love again. Baby, tonight, DJ got us falling in love again. Oh, we gonna dance like it's the last night of your life. I'm gonna get you right. Baby, tonight, DJ got us falling in love. Oh, yeah. Keep jamming lanes like there's no tomorrow. Like just right now. Gonna set this roof on fire. Gonna burn this mother down. Hands up. When the music stops, we both got our hands up. No control of my body. Swear I seen you before. Think I remember those eyes. Baby, tonight, TJ got us falling in love again. Baby, tonight, TJ got us falling in love again. Oh, we gonna dance like it's the last night of your life. Gonna get you right. Baby, tonight, DJ got us falling in love. In love. Like it's the last night of your life. Gonna get you right. Oh, baby, tonight, DJ got us falling in love. Baby, tonight, got us falling in love, baby, tonight.
Once
Unreal.
again, unreal, man. And this is Sami Eldebs, everybody. DJ Got Us Falling in Love, a cover by Sami here. And what made you want to cover this song? I mean, clearly, it's not usually a song you would hear a guitarist play.
No. Well, I've always been an Usher fan. You know, even when I was younger, I always respected the guy. You know, as far as R&B goes, and when that song came out, you know, I thought Nice and Slow back in the day was like my favorite song. But when this song came out, I was like, man, that's it. It just connected with me. To be honest, it was just about having fun, and you know what I mean. Yeah. So I liked it. I said, you know, why not cover it? You know,
you keep repeating that all the time. Do you just bring your stereo down a little bit for us, Sam? You keep repeating all the time about having fun and just living life, man. You are like the epitome of, like, you know, if today was your last day, what would you do? You would go take the world by storm and try and put the world in your pocket. I mean, I don't know why you're still in Jersey and you're not touring somewhere right now, man. I mean, unbelievable.
Well, I mean, that's the idea, like, later on, but, you know, I just found that out early in life. You know, I think I was one of the lucky ones to just, you know, even when I was in high school, I had my mind made up that this is what I was going to do at 15 years old, and, you know, I said, you know, if you're going to die tomorrow, you're going to be happy with your life right now. You might as well keep going for what you want. So at the end of the day, you're just going to be like, well, at least I tried. If you don't make it, and if you do, then it's, you know, it's very rewarding. So, you know, anything could happen to us. I don't want, you know, to sound like whatever, but it's true. You know, you want to make sure that, you know, at the end of the day, you're happy with what you got.
Now, you put your videos on YouTube, so you obviously are gaining exposure. I have checked out a few of your videos. You've got there are some videos that have quite a few thousand views, and that of course grows. And you do the marketing thing, and then of course you brought up earlier, thanks to the internet, that this is made possible for musicians and broadcasters and whomever that wants to own their skills and talents and show the world. And it's just amazing with the technology we've been given, and I'm a techie. I love the usage of it, but I just think you have such talent, such skill. Your vocals are strong, and you've got great skill in the instrumental department too. I see great things for you, Sammy.
Thank you
really
very much.
do. I'm honest.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep on going, bro. Like everybody else, you know, just keep going.
Now let's talk about the new album real quick. We touched on it a little bit before you started playing. Where can people get it? When is it being released? Phones are lighting up right now. You know, how do we get this guy's stuff? Plug it away right now. Be the salesman.
Well, this album is set to release December 17th this year. I'm going to do it fully independent. There's going to be, well, it will be on iTunes. It'll be in, I think, Dig Station, a couple of places like that. But mostly I'm going to be doing it through my website and live shows. So we are still trying to figure out where the CD release party is going to be at. But if you go to my website, I got twitter.com/Sami Eldebs. You can follow me. I post things like all the time, you know, about where I'm playing, what I'm doing. You know, obviously I'm in MySpace, Facebook. So, yeah.
And everybody can check out your website at SamiEldebs.com. You can get to all of those sources, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, you name it, right from the front page of the website, too.
What were you going to say, Sam?
And even if people want to go out and, you know, I play weekly in a couple places. So every Tuesday I'm at the Mojo Lounge in Jersey City, 130, you know, West Side Ave. It's on my website, too. Every Thursday I play at Talia's in New York, Uptown. And every other Wednesday, starting next Wednesday, I'm playing at a place called Nelly Spillans, which is in Midtown, New York, 18 East 33rd Street. And I will be at Bar East. When is this? October 15th. I go on at 11. And this is going to be my all original show right before the CD release party. So it's pretty much get together for, you know, me and my friends, just to kind of show them, hey, this is what I got, you know, let me know what you think. And it's a chance for them to hear the songs in their rawest versions, without, you know, backing tracks to it, like drums and bass and all that. So, you know, if you guys aren't doing anything, you know, October 15th, you should come out.
Yeah, man, I'm stoked. You sent me all the stuff last night. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, man.
I think we're gonna have to have a party.
And then, of course, anybody listening as well.
Man. I'm down with that.
Yeah, and of course, anybody listening too, if you want to check him out, I know Sammy would be much appreciative of that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Again,
And,
I mean, it's the biggest deal to me. I think it's the biggest accomplishment in my life because, again, I did it all myself, just kind of, working really hard at it and trying to get everything right. Basically, all I got to do is do the final vocals, and it's done.
Right.
So it'll be available to the public in a couple months.
Very
so
cool.
go get your copy.
Absolutely. I talked to you last night. I told you I need a couple.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. I'll hook you out, dude.
So I know your time is tight. You got a big show in the city tonight. You're going to hang out with some friends, but you're doing another performance. But how about one more for the road?
Yeah, sure.
That'd be awesome.
I mean, you can stay on all show if you want. I know you got a busy schedule, but you can stay on all day if you want.
I know. I'm gonna do a song called "Put Me Back Down," which is also on a YouTube video. But this is one of my favorite songs. That's why I love playing this song. I mean, it means the most to me for the album. So I'm definitely gonna do an acoustic version for you guys right now.
Nice, man.
Cool. Mr. Sami Eldebs, everybody.
Tell me what I've done. Tell me what I've said to keep me out of your head. There's nowhere else to run. There's no more tears to shed. I am chained to my bed. I don't know where to start. Does this ever end? Maybe I can pretend. But you know I hate this part when you say let's try again. You say we're better off friends. You were not who I thought you were. Pull me back down, pull me back down. This is not what I thought it was, yeah. Pull me back down, pull me back down. Now without me you walk so tall. Keep thinking you're the end. Listen to me, you bitch. Did your head just hit a wall? Are you just that sick? Threw me out of the ditch. You were not who I thought you were. Pull me back down, pull me back down. This is not what I thought it was, yeah. Pull me back down, pull me back down. So go away, go, go away, go. I don't wanna see you anymore. So go away, go, go away, go. Don't hit your ass on the way out the door. Go away, go, go away, go, go away, go, go away.
3 for 3. 3 for 3.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you
Mr.
very much.
Sami Eldebs, everybody. For those of you that just tuned in, you're wondering who that is. Mr. Sami Eldebs, and another great performance by you, man.
Sammy, you got like any Gavin DeGraw in the closet, or little bare naked ladies or something you can just start cracking up playing?
Oh, so something like that, like a love song kind of thing.
No, I don't know, like a little.
No, he wants
little
Gavin. He wants Gavin DeGraw, I think.
I kind of want to do a Maroon 5 song for you.
Maroon 5 is great.
Dude,
I
show's
like
yours.
Maroon 5. That's right. If you want to cover that, we'd definitely like that if you want.
Right, here we go.
Show's yours.
trouble with herself. He was always there to help, but she always belonged to someone else. I drove on miles and miles and wound up at your door. I've had you so many times, but somehow I want more. I'm not spending every day out in the corner in the pouring rain, no, but for the girl with a broken smile. Ask her if she likes to see you out, and she will be loved. She will be loved. She will be loved. Oh, she will be loved. Tap of my window, knock on my door. I wanna make you feel beautiful. I know I tend to get insecure. It doesn't matter anymore. It's not always rainbows and butterflies. It's compromise and moves along. Yeah, my heart is full and my door's always open. You come anytime you want. I'm a man spending every day in a pouring rain, but for the girl with a broken smile, ask her if she wants to stay a while. She will be loved. She will be loved. She will be loved. She will, with or without you. With or without you, with or without you, with or without you, and I can't live with or without you. I to know. There you go. Thank you.
She Will Be Loved by Sami Eldebs. Everybody covered by Sammy. Great job.
And
I love
you
that
too.
song.
And you too.
There you go.
I know. Yeah, I love you.
Oh, yeah. That was awesome. That was great, man.
All right, Sammy, you're a Jersey boy.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi, Bruce Springsteen, ready? Go.
Oh, Bon Jovi? Yeah. All right.
You want to give us one more?
Yeah, I guess we could do this song.
Yeah, let's close
love
it out
this
with this
guy.
one right here. This is
How cute.
awesome. A personal little concert right here for, of course, our listeners, and we really appreciate this. But play us out right here with one more. We definitely appreciate that. All right.
Here we go. This is for Jersey, okay? Otherwise, I'd do another original. Here we go.
Finally, a Jersey product that doesn't pump their fists. Thank God.
Well, you can't see the video, dude. I'm doing it right now.
There you go. Sami Eldebs.
It's all the same. All the names will change, and every day it seems we're wasting away. Another place where the faces are so cold. I drive a night just to get back home. 'Cause I'm a cowboy on a steel horse, alright. I'm wanted, set on the line. always going the separate ways. Sometimes tell a day by the bottle that you drink. Times you're on low, but all you do is think. 'Cause I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead on the line. 'Cause I'm wanted, dead on the line. And I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, sit on the line. And I walk these streets along a six-ring on my back. I play for keeps, 'cause I'm out to make you bad. I've been everywhere, but still I'm standing tall. I've seen a million faces, and I've rocked them all. 'Cause I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, sit on the line. 'Cause I'm a cowboy, I got the night on my side. And I'm wanted, sit on the line, sit on the line, sit on the line, sit on the line.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Bon Jovi.
Right, baby.
For all you New Jerseyans out there, of course, everybody else tuned in, but if you're from Jersey, you feel that because I'm a diehard Jovi
That's my
fan.
favorite Bon Jovi song
Such
ever.
A great, such
Me
a
too,
great
man.
one.
Me too.
They call it. I mean, they call it the national anthem for a reason. That's our national anthem here in Jersey. They that was an awesome job, Sammy.
Are you sure you got to go, man? You sure you got another show to play? You keep
Yeah,
playing
I
all
do
night.
gotta go, unfortunately, but
Oh man,
I want to thank you guys for having me here. It really means a lot. And
Thank
it
us.
It
We should be
means-
thanking you.
It means a lot to us to have
Honestly,
you, on.
man,
It
I'm really
does.
happy, and I think you guys are doing great as hosts, man. I think
Thank
God
you.
bless your show and everything, bro.
Thank you so much.
This guy's incredible.
Oh, he is.
Thank
you
you.
really are, man. When I first, like I told you, I mean, I can't sing your praises enough because that was an awesome cover. Every song that you did, including your own and the covers you just performed for us, we're enthralled that you decided to come on the program and do it for us. And I know I'm going to get quite a few emails from listeners. We'll put this on the website, vonthenet.com. Of course, I'm sure Sammy will put this on his website too. We'll put it on YouTube all over the place and get this out. Because people need to hear you. They need to hear you, and they will hear you. So thank you,
I'll
Sammy.
put this. I actually recorded it on. This is on video right now too, so they'll be able to see it as well.
Yep.
So
Nice, man.
I'll post it on YouTube.
Great.
Fantastic. Any last plugs? Your website, shows?
Just SamiEldebs.com, SamiEldebs.com, and you can find everything on there. The YouTube, the Twitter, and all that stuff. And like I said, just stand tall, and everything will be all right for you guys. Thank you.
Just do us a favor, dude. When you become superstar, rock star, the next thing out of Jersey, can you remember us and maybe throw us some tickets in the upper deck of the New Meadowlands or MetLife Stadium when you're rocking out to 60,000 people?
Absolutely, man. Your sister's one of my really good friends too, man. I did the wedding. It was so great, man. It was so great. So I'll definitely be in touch with you guys, and hopefully the next couple of shows you guys will be there as well.
I think we should come out and host it.
I definitely love to.
Yeah, why
I'd
not,
love
man?
to
That'd
see
be
you,
great.
man.
That'd be great. We could do that.
That would be nuts. We'll have our people call your people, which means I'll be talking to you on the phone.
Definitely the CD release party if you want, man. Definitely.
Like I said, our people call your people, which equals I'm calling you at some point.
Okay.
All right, man. Have a good show tonight. Thanks so much for hanging out with us.
You too, man.
All
Take
right,
care,
Sammy.
guys.
Thanks a lot, man.
Bye.
Right.
What a class act that guy is.
What an awesome guy. What a great performer. And Johnny, I thank you for arranging this. It really, really meant a lot to me. I mean, it was amazing. He was amazing.
No problem.
And I like I said, I couldn't sing his praises enough, say his praises enough. And we do have to head to the break. But Mr. Sami Eldebs, everybody, I just want to give him a round of applause.
Absolutely.
I really do.
Unreal.
And before we end the segment, Johnny, I figured, rather than leaving right away, why don't we get another song from Sami? I think that would be great.
I think we have to. I mean, the emails are coming in, the chat room's going nuts. Everybody loves you, Sami. So you've got to do one more.
Yeah, we want to hear another one. And you know what? There's rumors going around that a bit of Journey's "Don't Stop Believin'."
I sure do.
That's awesome.
My favorite song, man.
You know what I say? Great. I say screw the people that bought tickets to your show tonight. You're playing for us right now.
I think he's going to be making more money doing that.
Probably. But who cares? He's on our show.
We appreciate it, man, though. We really do.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. I appreciate you guys having me. Thank you.
Yeah. All right,
Here
man.
we go. Small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. It's just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. I am singer in a smoky room, smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard, the shadows searching in the night. Street lights, people living just to find emotion. They're hiding somewhere in the night. Working hard to get my fill. Everybody wants a thrill. Paying anything to roll the dice. Just one more time. Oh, some will win, yeah. Some will lose. Some were born to sing the blues. Oh, the movie never ends. It goes on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard, the shadows searching in the night. Street lights, people living just fine emotion. They're hiding somewhere in the night. Oh, oh, oh. So sad, believing. Hold on to the feeling. Street lights, people. So stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street lights, people.
Unreal.
Excellent. Sami Eldebs, everybody. Don't stop believing. Everybody knows that song. What a cover, man. You did a great job with that cover.
What don't you play?
I mean, what don't you play? I was about to just ask that. I mean, you play everything. You do an excellent job at doing everything. It's as you make them your own, and that's obviously, I think, the challenge for a musician. I'm sure you would agree, making songs your own, originality.
Yeah, I don't really like seeing people. I don't like seeing actual artists play their songs like strictly like the record. You know what I'm saying? Like if I were to see Offspring or Incubus or something like that, if I see them live, I want them to play it a little differently. So that way it's not like, oh man, I could have just listened to the record at home.
That's
you know what I mean?
Saves the $65.
Do you think the same with Bruce Springsteen, for instance, if you were to listen to his album, and you know, and even you, Sammy, if you listen to a Bruce album and you go to a live concert, most of his songs are different live. He adds so much more with the E Street Band backing him. Live in concert, there's more drum beat, there's more bass. It's more that he changes it a bit during his live shows. He's very original during his live shows. Bruce, I've seen him numerous times. So
absolutely, I think that's a strength of an artist to recreate every night.
Yeah.
Do you know any Bruce?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask that. No, I really don't. I don't know any Bruce. That's one thing that I've been trying to get. I'm pretty sure I can come up with some versions. Bruce is one of those artists that you do your own cover of his song, and some people have a problem with it. It's kind of like doing something off the Beatles.
Yeah, because you can't recreate something that's so...
You can't do that, man. You totally butchered the song. So
I don't think you could butcher a song.
Bruce song that fits, you know. So I'll get to that.
Yeah, I don't think you could butcher a song, dude. I really don't.
Oh, thanks.
I really don't. But we know you got to get to the venue now.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it again. Thank you.
Hey, no problem.
Thank you so much for coming back for an encore. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Sammy.
Bye-bye.
Great job, man.
Yeah.
Take care.
Sami Eldebs, Sami Eldebs, everybody, and again, we appreciate his performance tonight. He got a mini concert and do it on this network just for everybody. Johnny and I and Sammy, we all hope you enjoyed it immensely. Do have to head to the break, but there's more coming up. Don't go anywhere. We're back right after the break. And we're back. That is right. This is JJ and Johnny live for you, doing a show for each and every one of you. I hope you're enjoying it. We've got, you know what the thing is? Spontaneity is definitely something I enjoy. Actually, I'll tell you, the shows I do, even though I have an itinerary, Johnny, I do add that spontaneous factor to it. I like to have some hard copy itinerary in front of me just to as backup. But
sure,
really, half the time I don't even.
This is becoming a frat party right now.
It's great. Obviously, just had Sami Eldebs on. He did a great segment, a small concert for us. Played longer than we had expected him to, right, Johnny?
But you saw the chat room blowing up. He had to keep going.
They wanted him to continue playing, and I did. And you know what? Musicians are used to the encore, so it kind of, I think. Do you think maybe he was expecting us to call him back for an encore, or
no? I think when he saw the tears in our eyes, you know, as he was getting ready to leave the studio, I think that's when it was kind of like he kind of knew. And then when you ran out there after him, you know, all bets were off. I mean, you practically jumped in front of his car. Which, by the way, bravo, good job getting him back, taking one for the team.
Yeah, I'll tell you, we'll have, of course, this show up on the website, www.vonthenet.com. It will be on blip.tv. It will be on YouTube. It will be all over the internet. And remember to visit Sammy's website at samieldebs.com. All right, well, we're back once again for yet another segment to do it for you, double entendre. I guess.
What is with you and these SAT words?
Oh, no. I don't know. I'd like to call myself a wordsmith. Is that okay? Let me get the benefit of the doubt there. But Rhonie, is that you?
I am here.
Hello,
That's
darling.
who's sitting across from
I am
us.
so here.
Yeah.
Hello.
How are you?
I can't believe. You know how long it's been since I've
Been
been
a
on
while.
this mic?
How long has it been?
A long time.
Well, we're glad to have you here. We really
I'm glad
are.
to be here. I almost forgot how to do this.
Yeah, you know, Rhonie, I think it is no, I don't think it says hidden, a hidden fascination, but a fascination for the words that I use. I think that's what it is, Johnny. She likes that.
Yeah.
She likes that. She thinks that's sexy, actually.
I do.
There's so many ways I can take this right now.
Wow.
So many ways. But, I'll keep it PG and sit over here, and
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
No problem. God forbid the FCC is listening.
I don't think we really have to worry about the FCC because we're on the net. That's good. That's a good thing because the FCC can't touch us.
Oh, then can I say...
They can't.
Can I say the 4-letter words?
What do you want to say?
Well...
The 4-letter words. Well, the thing is, there's a difference between the FCC not being able to touch us and the rating of the show. There's a difference between that. But if it is the 4-letter word that I am thinking of...
I won't say it.
All right.
But I do want to say an F word that ends in uck. Fire truck.
There you go.
See? Yeah. There you go.
Truck works.
Yeah, see?
Sure.
Ryan knew where I was going with it.
Yeah.
Get your mind out of the gutter, young man.
My mind wasn't in the gutter.
Yo,
It seemed like yours was.
Negative Ghost Rider. I said fire truck.
Okay, maybe my mind was in the gutter a little bit. Maybe teeny little. Teeny.
That's 'cause
little.
Ronnie's back on the line.
Maybe. No, the thing is, Ronnie and I do a show called Take Two. We've done over 300 episodes of Take Two. We've done numerous other shows. So it's first off, those of you that are regulars to the network, Ronnie and I. I mean, we do shows left and right, and we love doing them. So it's great to, of course, have you back on, Ronnie, to do this with Johnny and I. Just to we're having fun, We're having a bit of a party.
I'm glad you guys asked me.
Well,
I had to hurry up and hide my dog because I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? What do I do? I forgot what I was supposed to do.
spontaneous, yeah.
Well, again, you and these SAT words. We work in radio. The SAT doesn't work for us. Just like the SAT didn't work for those 7 kids that got caught.
Actually, it does. Using big words on the air, that's intriguing to listeners, believe it or not. It really is.
Okay, maybe your listeners, but to myself, I'm sitting here dumbfounded. I'm like, I have nothing. I have no idea what you're talking about. You might as well speak Spanish to me.
Are you being facetious?
No, I'm being dead serious.
All right.
Hooked on phonics?
You want me to continue? I can go all night, baby. No.
I guarantee you can't. But hooked on phonics did not work for this guy.
Now he's thinking dirty. Just with what he said right there.
Thank you.
Now he's thinking dirty.
I'll be here all week. Be sure to tip your wait staff. But again, the SAT words are just flowing out of your mouth tonight.
This is a slow night for me, actually. It is.
This is a slow night for you?
Yeah.
Because you're quite the wordsmith.
I'm not saying I'm quite the wordsmith. I said I'd like to be a wordsmith.
Shall we call you Thesaurus?
Sure, why not?
All right, Ronnie. His nickname now is Thesaurus. For the rest of the show,
Thesaurus?
we shall call him
Okay,
Thesaurus.
got it.
So I guess Johnny created that for us. He made that known, so now I'm considered the source.
This is the
JJ
Thesaurus.
the Source.
No. This is the Thesaurus and Johnny show tonight. No more JJ. Thesaurus and Johnny show.
According to the lower thirds, Johnny, it says JJ and Johnny.
That's because you did not put Thesaurus up yet.
There's too many JJs.
It's not coming.
J's.
It's not coming. It's not going up.
Oh, man. Okay, do you guys realize the innuendos that are flying around the studio right now?
Now you're playing the game. Welcome to the game,
Thank
Johnny.
you, Thesaurus. It's good to be here.
All right.
I'm ready to go. And Ronnie, glad you're aboard.
Yeah.
I am so aboard.
All right.
on this
So
boat.
Ronnie,
we should go planking.
Really?
Well, we're talking about boards. Planking,
All right.
why not?
So Ronnie, what have you been up to? It's been a little
causing
while.
trouble, taking names.
Yeah.
Kicking ass?
Yeah.
Can we say ass?
When I get a
Sure.
chance.
Okay.
Yeah. But clearly, you graduated college, and congratulations
did.
at that. And
That's applaudable.
and I know, absolutely. And I was so happy when she did, because I had told her I wasn't sure if she was going to do it or not. She was going to throw her cap in the air. But Ronnie, do you want to tell us a little bit about what happened after you did that?
JJ.
Why, you didn't want me to bring it up? But you know me.
Did you moon the dean or something?
No, I threw my hat in the air, okay? I threw it in the tree.
How did that
Everybody
happen?
else's went in the air. Mine went into the
But
nearest tree it could possibly
But
find.
the thing is, you're supposed to throw your cap in the air, so if it did end up in the tree, clearly you did something right. It landed in the tree, you threw it up. If you didn't throw it up, it probably...
It just didn't come back down.
Nobody can prove it was actually in the air. How's that? Now it was in the tree. You knew it was in the air.
Well, not only is he a thesaurus, he is a wizard of science. He's talking about
Physics.
I also did what JJ told me to do, though. He said, when you get that degree, you push your hands in the air and put that fist in there. I did that.
You deserved
Did
it.
you
That was
pump
no
it?
Secret.
I sure did. Degree in hand.
Yes.
And you know what now, Ronnie? It's in your studio, isn't it? Isn't it up on the wall?
Yeah, it will be. Once I get a nice frame, mate it, get it all together.
You're such a girl. You're
But
such
finally, yes, I finally got that degree. 4 years of hard work.
Hey, God bless for that.
You know, it is tough. I'm going to be a junior in college very soon, a couple of months, and I'll tell you, it really is it is a challenge, but it's worth it. I'm for education. I'm for higher education. However, obviously, college isn't for everybody, but it's beneficial, even for just the learning experience. You learn so much in college. Did you ever go to college? Did you?
No, that's how I ended up working in radio. Of course, I went to college.
Yeah, you
What kind of question is that to ask, Thesaurus?
You went. You were at the radio station. You worked at the radio station at the college, I believe, right?
Well, the college I went to, we didn't have a radio station because we were.
I thought. Oh
no, because somebody decided they thought they were Howard Stern and decided to say the 7 dirty words, and that didn't work out too well. So we lost our radio station, so I had to go intern at another college radio station.
Yeah.
Figure that one out. What a loser I look like.
Well, I'll give you this. You do have radio skills. How's that?
Oh, thanks, Thesaurus. You're making me blush.
See, I thought no, you're welcome. But
yes, I did go to college, and I did the whole college radio thing and hung out, and then I went on to bigger and better things and a lot of cool stuff. But I'm going to the college radio station reunion party, not this Sunday, next Sunday.
Where's that?
At the radio station in Teaneck, and it's a good time, and they just celebrated 40 years.
Wow!
Yeah, they're in their 40th year of broadcasting, so
awesome.
They invited me back. Why? I have no idea.
Because you've got skills.
I just caused trouble over there when I was there. I thought I was, little Howard Stern that could.
I got Rhonie involved in the radio industry, and I'll tell you, it was literally like a step-by-step process with Rhonie, because from the time she started to the time she actually had her own show, and then from the time she had her own show to the time we actually got her on video, the time we got her on video to the time she started to loosen up, it was a step-by-step process with her, and then she fit in so well. She did. You've seen, I'm sure, Take Two, a few episodes of this.
Of course, I've been a viewer.
And if you want to check out all 300 of the episodes are on the website VOTN.com. If you want to check them out.
Nice plug.
Thank you.
You are quite the radio wordsmith. You are good, Thesaurus.
Thank you.
Thank you
right
very
much.
You are good.
But decided to get Rhonie. Actually, Johnny, figured, seeing that this is the spontaneous factor is at an all-time high, we are having fun here, why don't we get Rhonie on the show? Which was cool. We've got some topics here, and I'm going to give the mic over to Johnny to see what we've got over there on that itinerary. What would you like to talk about?
Well, I seem to have the strangest luck when it comes to recent hotel stays and fast food establishments. Rhonie, which one would you like to partake in first? The horror hotel stories or my adventure at a fast food chain?
Let's go to the horror hotel.
Okay.
Ooh, baby.
So we were talking earlier when Sammy was playing about my sister had just gotten married.
Right.
And she got married 2 weeks ago tomorrow. And we stayed at a hotel in Wayne, New Jersey, which isn't far from my house, but my sister being the bride and everything has to be perfect. She needs the girls there at the crack ass of dawn. We stayed the night. My other little sister was a bridesmaid, so we stayed the night because my sister had us basically when the cocks crowed. Yeah. So we're staying in the hotel, and I'm not allowed to say the name legally, okay, because we can get in trouble. But if everybody is listening and they put on their thinking caps, and you take a hotel name that happens to rhyme with the forbidden dance lambada, you'll know about the hotel I'm talking about here. Okay, so we go to the hotel, and before we got there, about a week before, the hurricane had hit, and everything was devastated.
Right.
And we had a friend of my mom from high school was up for a family reunion, actually was staying at that hotel, and had talked about how the hotel was devastated with all the flooding. And he's like, you should really come over here, check everything out. So we went over there, and, of course, it looked like a freaking Nile River all over the place. So we talked to the hotel staff, and the hotel staff said, oh, you've got nothing to worry about. All the rooms are being renovated. Everything's great. Don't worry about it. So me being smart-ass, I was like, well, I'd like to see a room. Oh, we can't do that. Oh, why not? Oh, everything's being renovated right now. Oh, okay, fine. When I found out that this wasn't happening, we said fine, and we left. So we go a couple weeks ago, We got there late on the Thursday night after rehearsal dinner, and we had 2 rooms. And I was in one room, and my parents and my sister were in the other. And we walked in, and my hand to God may lightning strike me if I'm lying to you. Rhonie, what do you think was wrong with the room? I'll put it to your vote first. Was it water? No, it wasn't underwater. I didn't need a canoe.
You didn't need one.
No, didn't need the canoe. I needed something.
Did it have to do with? It didn't have anything to do with water, and it didn't have anything to do with.
Oh no, it had to do with water.
Okay,
it had to do with water.
It has to do with water, but it wasn't flooded.
It wasn't flooded. No, it's the effects of water.
The effects of water.
The
okay.
wallpaper,
does it start with M?
It starts with M and ends in old.
Okay. Then.
The wallpaper
gross.
is off the wall, and there are just these big black blotches of mold all over the place. Okay. Now my mom has a COPD, which is a breathing disorder, and immediately she goes into like breathing spasm. Like her esophagus is like on fire. She can't breathe. Now we've got a problem. So we call the front desk. We're like, hey, look, we got a big problem here. You got mold all over the place. The room shouldn't be rented. It's a health hazard. They're like, well, there's nothing we can do. The hotel's sold out. Guess you're just going to have to deal with it. Excuse me? What was that? I don't think so.
It's not good customer service.
No, not at all. So I switch my room with my mom. I take her room, which has, the mold in it, because Mom can't get sick.
No.
And, Mom doesn't want to switch. She, because I'm her baby boy. And I'm like, screw that. You can't get sick for the wedding. I can deal with this. So I stay in the room with all the mold. My mom goes down to my room, which also stinks. Okay, fine. Next day we get up, we talk to one of the managers, and he's an Indian gentleman. And thank you very much for bringing it to my attention. And okay, no problem. Not making fun of the guy. Just just what he said. Well, thank you very much for bringing it to my attention.
Right.
So
nice accent.
Yeah, very very good. So we proceed to talk to him, and he says he'll take care of everything. Okay, fine. They still don't move our rooms. 20-3, the limo pulls up. My sister's coming down in her bridal gown. My mom's there in her dress. My dad's in his tux.
And there's mold in the room.
And they go, oh, would you like to move your room now?
Oh.
Let's think about this. An hour and 20 minutes from the wedding. Limo outside. No, we don't want to move the room just now because we got a wedding to go to. So they were like, well, we'll have maintenance help you. No, I don't think so. If you asked us at 8 o'clock, it would have been fine. But right now, not happening. Okay, great. So now we go to the wedding. Wedding's great. Absolutely fantastic. Awesome time. We have a blast. We get back like 2 in the morning. Who the hell's going to move the room now? We just go to sleep. Fine. We leave the next morning. We go to talk to the same manager, and he offers my mom a whooping 15% off the room for all the trouble. Well, the 15% works out to like $60. Okay?
So how much was the room?
It was $400 and something for 2 nights for 2 rooms.
It had to be
$300.
Yeah, exactly. So so now, he's giving us a hard time, and he's raising his voice, and I'm standing there going, just give me a reason to crack you.
Wow.
So my mom's real cool. My mom was like, you know what, that's fine. I'll take your $60. Then I'll go outside. I'll tell everybody what a dump this place is, and I'll make sure that I put it up on TripAdvisor, and I'll call the health department, the building department, and we'll go from there.
There you
so
go.
Then he decides,
the dreaded blackmail.
Yeah. So then he decides, okay, I'll give you $100 off the one room and $30 off the other. My mom's pissed at this point. She's like, whatever, fine, but you're going to hear from me later. Now, the thing you need to know about my mom, okay, she's the Irish version of Tony Soprano.
Oh,
okay?
Boy.
All right, if she gets her Irish up, it's a bad day for you. So we go home, fine, no problem. My little sister ends up getting sick, the 14-year-old. She ends up getting sick because of all the mold. So my mom calls the health department on the Monday. She tells them everything going on. Okay, fine. Fast forward everything. My little sister ends up being out of school for a week with a respiratory infection because of all the mold stuff.
Right.
The health department tells my mom that they registered at toxic levels with the mold in it. This guy still doesn't want to refund our money. We just found out finally that we're getting a full refund after we had to go through corporate and everything. Okay, fine, terrific. I called the guy yesterday just to make sure that everything is going according to plan. The guy at the hotel threatens me. So now he's made not only a bad situation, and not refunding the money, he threatens me. So now I got to get the cops involved.
Talk about rubbing salt on a wound, guys.
Because he decides he wants to be a word that begins with A and ends in hole.
He wants to be the big guy. He wants to make sure that nobody's stepping on his toes. He's like, this is not your party. This is my party.
You got to do with the Indian
my
voice.
Word.
Yeah.
My word is bond here, and nothing else. That's all.
Not only does he want me to come pay him a visit because he wants to take me somewhere to talk,
yeah.
He wants me to stop holding a gun to his head And he also says that I am making him jump off the bridge into the Hudson River. The guy's smoking crack.
Yeah, something's up.
Okay? Guy's smoking crack.
What about that, Ronnie?
So finally...
Can he swim?
I wasn't there. I was on the phone with this guy. I was on the phone with him. And he's like, you are holding a gun to my head. I'm going to jump off a bridge. And I'm like, dude.
See ya.
Yeah, like, I kind of got to the point where I was like, do society a favor and just end it. But anyway, we find out from the health department today, because we're getting the refund. Ronnie, guess how many, because they told us that they had to put some hotel rooms out of order. We figured, okay, ours, the one down the hallway, which my parents are in, there were 7 rooms in between. Okay, we figured maybe those 9 and an additional couple other, maybe like 12 rooms would be put out. Take a guess, Ronnie. How many rooms were put out of service?
Probably the entire hotel.
No, it wasn't that drastic.
It wasn't that drastic?
Wasn't that drastic. 72.
How many rooms there are in this place?
136.
I mean, I know the place. I do. I deciphered the word.
72 rooms. And let's see what else they've won. Let's go to Johnny. Okay there, John. Here's what they won. Not only did they lose 72 rooms, they also got fined heavily by the building department, the health department, and let's not forget the fire inspector. It's going to cost this Yutz about $250,000 with all the renovations, the fines, the construction, the refunds he has to give people because he can't use the rooms, all for over $400.
So this mold experience.
Medical bills.
Yeah, that's an entirely different issue. But, I mean, we were talking before about customer service. All he had to do was be cool, say, hey, you know what? You're right. I shouldn't have rented the rooms. Full refund. Hurricane Marianne, my mom, wouldn't have come through. She would have been like, hey, you know what? You got enough devastation from Irene. But no, you pissed her off. So you thought you had devastation from Hurricane Irene. Here comes Hurricane Marianne, and she just leveled them.
Oh, boy.
It was awesome. I've never been prouder of my mother in my life.
Yeah. There you go.
Way to go, Mom.
Yeah.
You know, you've stayed at hotels before, Ronnie. I think we all have witnessed certain nasty things at hotel rooms. I know you'll notice maybe a couple of condoms, in the bathroom. If you use the blue light, you'll notice some stains on the pillow. They'll have that weird stench to it. You'll notice freaky things. The air vent has a bloody towel in it. Don't ask me why I brought that up, but yeah.
What hotel do you go to?
Yeah, I was going to ask. What, Super 8?
Listen.
The Bates Motel.
You go to some of these websites that give you reviews on hotels, and you'll notice that there are horrid reviews out there from people that really had these problems at hotels.
Yeah, it's called TripAdvisor.
Well, that's one of them. There's quite a few other ones, and they're these review sites are basically telling you which ones to, based on these review sites, which ones to stay away from. There are certain just hotels, motels you will not go to.
Why does it make me think that you've pulled this up online with your 500 million computer screens?
Well, I didn't pull it up. I was just looking up some of the shocking hotel horror stories.
That doesn't surprise me. What'd you find there, MacGyver?
What did I find here? Let's see. The scene of the grime. In other words, there was dirt at least half an inch thick in the bathtub when they checked in. In other words, how would you like to? You're all settled in, right? You're all settled in. You've unpacked, blah 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 blah. But you're ready to go out, so you want to take a shower. You're ready. You're undressing, and then all of a sudden you notice there's dirt and crap in the bathtub.
Yeah,
what do you do? That can ruin somebody's night.
Yeah. I could tell you some more stories. Not that happened to me.
Okay.
I was having breakfast before, and a unnamed hotel chain I heard about from a guy that I was having breakfast with, and we were talking about the story, and he was like, man, he goes, I thought my gross out story was worse. And I was like, what's that? He's like, I was staying at blah, blah, blah motel in Virginia. And it's a huge hotel chain. I mean, this is like massively known.
Right.
And he found 6 used condoms underneath the bed. It's like
that was a wild night right there.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't you have a housekeeping staff? Like, what are they doing?
The thing is, if you were somebody that worked at that hotel, a housekeeper, whatever you want to call them, would you want to take those condoms from underneath the bed, or would you just say, you know what, I'll let the next one get it?
Yeah.
Well,
you know what I mean, Ronnie? Right.
Well, I mean, I used to work at a hotel, so I kind of understand the whole thing. But, I mean, our housekeepers, they would let us know when something went wrong like that, and they'd have to get rubber gloves, and that's fine. And we would know, and we'd go in the room and make sure it got taken out, and we took all the proper precautions, but we took it out.
Right.
We never slid it underneath a bed.
Well, no, yeah, I guess you wouldn't want. I guess they were trying to. They were in a sticky situation, bump.
Oh.
And they figured, you know what? Rather than taking these out, clearly they have to be out of sight, because if somebody does just in plain sight finds these, we're going to get in trouble. Knowingly, did they figure out they were going to get in trouble anyway?
Yeah, he found him because he dropped the remote control and it ended up underneath the bed.
Oh boy!
So he went to get the remote.
I bet the housekeeper didn't think that was going to happen.
No.
How about you, Ronnie? Have you had I know we've talked about. I think, gosh, what haven't we talked about on our show? Take Two?
Yeah.
But what have you ever dealt with any nasty horror stories from hotels? Have you ever had to deal with anything that are up in rank with what we've brought up, what Johnny just brought up?
The mold.
I don't know if I can beat Johnny's part, but I can tell you when I was in the military.
I got pictures. Oh, yeah. I got pictures. Don't you worry about that.
To stay in a hotel. Just like, what does he call it, motel? You just drive up to them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And went inside. It was me and my roommate. So there's actually 4 of us assigned to a 1-bed motel.
Now that sounds like a
bed,
party.
So all 4 of us have to share
The
this
less
bed.
the bed, the less of the beds, the bigger the party. You know?
Yeah,
that's
what they thought.
Oh, man, this is going to go so many different ways. I like this story already.
Whoever was there must have left in a hurry because not only did they leave their underwear in the bathroom. Now, this was covering actually the toilet paper area.
Oh.
They left their toothbrush, so they got very filthy teeth. But not to mention the fact that they also forgot to pick up the dog that they had left in there. That dog had relieved itself in the bathroom. They left it in the bathroom. Now, mind you, the maid, we just saw her pop out. Left all of that for us to be in, and she never came back. They never came back to clean up the room. You couldn't really breathe in it because that's all you smelt.
They left a dog in the room?
Yeah. They left, whoever was in the room left the dog in the bathroom locked up.
What?
We found it because we couldn't figure out, we couldn't get in the bathroom door, couldn't get in. And she had already left. The maid had left.
Huh.
That's what we slept in the first night. Finally, we got relief and actually got barracks.
You know, you ever watch those movies where the animal can literally take a dump on the toilet and they could flush it?
No.
And so I meet the parents where the cat goes to the bathroom.
Never watched the cat flush the toilet.
Yeah, I've never actually seen one myself, but it's just in the movies. I'm saying, you know what? I could see, to make that scenario you just brought up, Ronnie, best case scenario, the dog is locked in the bathroom, something if the dog actually dumps in the toilet bowl.
Yeah, he just didn't. He wasn't.
But it wasn't like that. He was a dog. He was a dog. So
yeah. I mean, he was a little one, like little puggy little thing.
They make the biggest
and they
doo-doos.
left him in there.
Yeah, certain dogs. Yeah,
little dogs make the biggest dumps.
Mess.
Ironic.
It's like what the hell did they put in your kibbles and bits?
He tore that bathroom apart. So I'm not sure what the maid thought that was, but unless, the door, because the door was locked from the inside. I want to know how the dog locked the door. But she didn't go in there. She left. Never came back.
Well, I want to know why it's always the little dogs that blow the bathrooms up.
I know.
Or leave the biggest messes on the front lawn. You can take a Rottweiler, okay, and they leave like little skinny turds. Like it doesn't even. It's like, really, that's all you got? What the hell? But here comes Fido, the 2.5-pound Chihuahua that gets scared when a leaf goes by, and he leaves a dung the size of anything.
Oh boy!
I'm scared. My sister had a pug. I hated when that thing.
See,
dung.
I love animals. I love dogs.
There you say you like poo.
I love German Shepherds, retrievers. The smaller dogs, they're just not for me. And now that's another reason added to my list, not to have a smaller dog, because they leave bigger turds.
Did you ever hear Jeff Dunham's take on little dogs?
No.
Oh man, you got to see it. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. He talks about, if the dog when he barks bounces up and down, he's not really a dog. It's like a little toy. Because dogs, when they bark, they're supposed to stand on all fours. But his wife had a little Chihuahua, and every time it would bark, it would jump 3 feet in the air. He's like, that's not a dog, it's a jumping bean.
Oh, I'm just trying to picture that right now, the little Chihuahua that's going crazy, going bonkers, and they're jumping up and down while barking. Their ears are going crazy. It's like the tail's wagging back and forth. It's like, wow. The little Chihuahua dogs, these these pet owners walking around with the chihuahuas in their purse. They're going around,
You know what also makes
I
me...
could have been Legally Blonde at my graduation and put a chihuahua in my purse and went across the stage.
You know what also makes me jump up and down?
What?
Coffee.
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 And you know why I bring coffee up?
Why?
Because it's National Coffee Day.
Really?
Did you know that?
I did not until you just told me.
Really?
Yeah.
I drink its cousin.
What's his cousin? Espresso? Tea?
Tea.
Oh, the wimpy kid?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not really a coffee kind of girl, you know?
I don't like coffee either. I'm a tea drinker.
I'm not a coffee kind of guy, although I've gotten a little addicted to Starbucks. And did you see their new promotion, Ronnie and JJ, what they want to do?
Yeah. I haven't seen it, no.
Did you see this, Ronnie?
No. What do they want to do?
They've come up with this great idea. They're going to sell coffee-stained T-shirts for $85.
I want to know what the heck they were drinking. What did they put in their own coffee or frittata or whatever they make at Starbucks?
$85 for a
to
coffee-stained
charge
T-shirt.
that much. I'm a business major in college. Listen, and I don't understand the business decision to do that. I don't. I really don't.
Who the hell would pay $85 for a coffee-stained
supply and demand?
T-shirt?
They're not going to make the demand because nobody's going to pay the $85.
$85 for a coffee. Hey, I'll do that for free. I will.
Well,
Pay me $85. I'll dump my drink on you.
Yeah, there you go. And you know what, Ronnie? There may be some fans that want you to
But
do
listen
that.
to this. Abercrombie and Fitch, these big named stores that you go to the store, you'll purchase a shirt for $35. It's not out of the ordinary. But $85, would you pay $85 for a shirt at one of those locations, one of those popular establishments?
They pay half that for a cup of coffee there.
Right. It's like where are the principles here? If you think about it, there's Starbucks, where you go to Starbucks to purchase coffee, you drink it, and I'm sure they make great coffee, they make great food items, but you're paying $85 for a shirt at Starbucks where there are these large name establishments that charge less than half of that amount for a T-shirt, for pants, for you could get 2 or even 3 shirts for under $85 at some of these locations, right?
Wow.
I sure as hell wouldn't spend $85 for a coffee-stained T-shirt.
No.
Man.
I wouldn't spend $85 for a coffee-stained T-shirt worn by Bon Jovi or Bruce Springsteen.
Right, I was just going to actually bring that up. If you go to a concert, you're going to pay quite a bit of money for a band T-shirt,
About
right?
$40.
$35, $40. That's normal.
Sure.
You go to the concert, the demand is higher at a concert because you're in the moment, you just saw the band, you're a fan of the band, you want to support them.
Sure.
They know they're going to make the money off of these.
Absolutely.
They do. And then you've got those in the parking lot that sell it for half.
That pull it out
right?
of their legs and stuff like that?
But I can't see Starbucks. I can't see me, you, or Ronnie going to Starbucks to purchase a T-shirt, nonetheless, for $85.
I just want to go and take a look at it and see how big the stain is, if it's really worth the $85.
Regardless of the size of the stain, it's just, what is this T-shirt made of?
It's made of Starbucks coffee stains.
That would
You can lick the T-shirt when you're in withdrawal. It's like an everlasting...
Hey, as long as it comes with some whipped cream.
Yeah, it's like
Do they at
I'm
least
not
give you
having
a
to
coffee when you buy it? I'm sure they
It's
give you
like-
something on the side.
It's like an everlasting gobstopper.
Wow. Well, I couldn't have thought of a better story to top off the end of this segment, Johnny.
What do you got?
It just the coffee story. I just don't understand where their minds were. When they were deciding to charge that much for a T-shirt. Now, I hadn't heard of this story, but you say this is true. They're actually doing this. This is not a rumor. It's not.
No.
It's not on the Onion's website.
No, I thought it was a joke. I really thought it was a joke, and a bunch of my friends put up on Facebook today. I looked at it, and it's completely legit. It's on Starbucks' way. $85 for a coffee-stained T-shirt.
That's
Wow,
ridiculous.
the economy's not hit them at all.
I guess not. There are certain places now. Clearly, we all know we are in a bit of an economic recession, but there are certain establishments that are not feeling it as much. Apple is one of them. That no matter what type of conditions we have, economic conditions we are in, they don't feel it. They don't.
No.
They sell. They could overprice their iPhone. They can overprice their iPads. They can overprice their items, and they're going to still sell them because the lines will be a mile long when the products come out, and that's the way it is. Everybody wonders how their business decision works. They want to get whatever they're taking because...
Do you ever go inside an Apple store?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what time of day. that place is
It's always packed. Always.
And there's 30 employees at any given time.
Now, I don't know if they make commission on what they sell.
They get paid very well.
They have to get paid very well. Then again, if you are the CEO of Apple, then obviously you are going to make quite a bit of money because Apple's a company that tends to do very well. Now, imagine if the economy... This is a question I want to ask you too, Rhonie. If the economy was good, do you think there would be any difference in how many products Apple sells, seeing that we're in an economic recession and Apple does very well? Is there really any difference, seeing that they already sell so many items as is? It's like the limit has been reached?
Nope, it would just be even more. It would just be even more.
So you do think that they would sell more?
And the prices would be higher. Absolutely. Steve Jobs is a genius. That man could sell ice to an Eskimo.
He has it down. That's for sure. He does. But
it is hot in this studio. I'm sorry, not to change the subject.
Didn't I tell you before the show was? You're like, it's nice in here. Let's turn the air
nice
off.
And cool.
But,
We're on that, guys.
Oh man, I'm sweating.
Those that have been in the studio know exactly how hot it gets.
Damn.
Within a half hour, it'll rise 15 degrees. Easy.
I am sweating like a
chair. I noticed.
Oh, man, I am sweating like a midget in a flood. This is bad.
Well, we'll go to the break, and then we'll allow Johnny to cool off. I have to cool off, too. But we do have to head to the break here. We have one more segment coming up, so you don't want to go anywhere. This is JJ and Johnny with a little bit of Rhonie on the side here. Hope you all are enjoying the content, the entertainment. We're all back right after the break. I think we're all going to be back. I think we'll have Rhonie on. I think we'll have Rhonie on for
Ronnie's
the finale.
not going anywhere.
You're not going anywhere, Rhonie. You're going to be here the next segment. All right, folks, don't go anywhere. We're back right after the break. And we're back. That is right, JJ and Johnny, with a bit of Rhonie on the side right here for the final segment of this show.
That just sounds dirty.
Yeah, I know, but see, you're the one thinking dirty tonight.
You said with a side of Rhonie.
Well, a side of Rhonie.
I don't think of her like food. I mean, I'm a fat kid and all, but I don't think of her like food.
Oh, come on.
She's a girl.
Well, let me do the intro, and then we'll get into what we're going to be talking about.
Sorry, I was complimenting Rhonie. Rhonie, I'm sorry for crossing the line.
No, it's all right. I'm just playing. But the fact is, we're back for the final segment, and this is pretty cool in terms of the music, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It is nice. I enjoy the music, right? I enjoy the music.
I feel like I'm in a magic show.
Yeah, it seems it's very cosmic, very it's euphoric. I don't know. It feels nice. But anyhow, we are back for the final segment. We're glad to have each and every one of you taking the time to tune in and join us, as we're going to be chatting about something that we'd waited for the end to. The Boston collapse. And listen, for those of you that are Red Sox fans, you're hurting. The thing is, as a Yankee fan, Johnny, you're a diehard Yankee fan. And we'll say Ronnie's a diehard Yankee fan right now. Tonight, she's a diehard Yankee fan.
Yeah.
We know how the Boston Red Sox actually feel, though. We know that they've missed the playoffs before. It's not often, but that they missed the playoffs. What was it? A couple of years ago,
blowing a 9-game lead going into September. That's just bravo.
I'll tell you though that I'm not going to say I'm unhappy because I can't stand the Red Sox. Oh, the Yankees made the playoffs already. They had nothing to play for.
No, they didn't.
But then, of course, you have those that are saying, the Yankees blew it on purpose because the Red Sox, if they blew it, then, well, the Red Sox didn't miss it. But, come on now. We're going to talk about that. I want to actually hear your thoughts on that.
I enjoyed all the comments I heard from, all the Red Sox fans and the fans of baseball that don't have a clue. And we're like, the Yankees completely threw the game last night so Tampa Bay could win. And
it's bull.
And it was a travesty. And it's like, okay, let's look at logic here. You had a 9-game lead.
It was in their hands.
September 4th. 9-game lead with what? 16 left to play?
Right.
20 left to play? Something like that? 22 left to play? 9-game lead with 22 left to play. And you choked.
Yeah.
You have nobody to blame but yourself.
And you also have to understand this, you know already, but those that are clearly either Yankee haters or Boston fans, that, okay, the Yankees lost, but if the Red Sox would have won against the Orioles, they would have been a playoff. So blaming the Yankees or just saying that out of the blue, listen, the Yankees blew the game against the Rays because they didn't want to play the Red Sox. The Red Sox still had a bit of control in their destiny. All they had to do was win that game and then win the playoff, and they're in the playoffs. That's it.
And that's the other thing. It's not only did you blow a 9-game lead, but you lost to Baltimore.
Yeah, you know what? That's the thing, though. And I respect the Orioles for coming out and playing because clearly they had nothing to play for except for spoiling the Red Sox.
I've never been so proud of Buck Showalter in my life.
The thing is, very rarely do they have anything to play for. So you know what? This was something to play for. You feel good for the Orioles. It wasn't a playoff game, but it felt like a playoff game.
But that's what I'm trying to say is you can't blame the Yankees for this. You blew a 9-game lead and you lost to the worst team in the AL East.
Right, I know.
I mean, you have no way to blame but yourself.
Right. Now, Rhonie, you're not the biggest Yankee or baseball fan, but tonight you're going to be a Yankee fan.
Okay,
all right, you're a Yankee fan.
Side, right.
Yeah, you have to be on the Yankee side. You can't be a Red Sox fan.
visual.
No Red Sox.
Wait. She could be a Red Sox fan. We just won't turn her mic on. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
I am a Yankee fan tonight, guys.
Thank God.
Okay.
But I don't know if you've been following it or not. But just take what Johnny just brought up with the fact that entering September, Boston had a 9-game lead over the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, this is for the wild card. The wild card was added to add a bit more excitement, of course, to the league. Give another.
You played good baseball,
Right.
but you weren't good enough to clinch the East.
You weren't in that elite status, in other words. Clearly, you have
Right.
the division winner, the team that's in first place. Then you have the wild card
Kinda
winner
like-
that sneaks into the playoffs.
The redheaded stepchild.
Yeah, I guess that's a good analogy. But the fact is that the Red Sox had a 9-game lead, and they lost it. They choked in the month of September. And clearly, with a 9-game lead, you should have a stranglehold, Rhonie, right on the postseason. You shouldn't let that slide. So using just basic logic, you would say it was their fault. It was their fault, and they have nobody to blame but themselves.
That's right. I mean, you can't go out. You're that far ahead, and you lose to this. I mean, come on. It's September. We're getting nearing the end of the season, and this is what you do.
Absolutely.
So.
The only good thing that came out of this, besides me rejoicing that Boston collapsed, was the fact that Bill Buckner is no longer the most hated man in all of Boston. He's not. It's now Jonathan Papelbon.
Do you ever notice that when he's on the mound, Johnny, that he always looks like he wants to kill somebody? But you listen to him in an interview, and he's laid back and.
No, he's a jerk.
But he is laid. No, he might be a jerk, but in his interviews, he seems like he's very laid back. He could be a laid back jerk, but the fact is that he looks like he looks different than what we perceive him. We perceive him differently than when we listen to his interviews. He seems like he wants to go ape, on somebody when he's pitching.
And that's the other reason why you can't blame the Yankees for this. It's all Boston's fault. You were 1 strike away.
Yep.
1. You had a 2-strike count in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs. And Papelbon gave up the double to bring in the tying run.
Yep.
Then he's 1 strike away from going extra innings. And he gives up the base hit to bring in the winning run. You have nobody to blame except that team.
And this is a team that played extremely well for 4.5 months. Now they started 2-10. Obvious, not too great. But you know what? The beginning of the season, the good teams, believe it or not, you look at many seasons, the good teams do struggle a bit and take a little time to get into the groove. They may have the Yankees at 3-8. You may have the Red Sox 2-10. You may have the Phillies. But once they get going, and as we could prove for this past season, what did they go the next 4.5 months? They were 82 and 45.
They were terrible.
No, well, the Red Sox, they played excellent during the season. They did until September came along.
They
had up until September, they were one of the elite teams in Major League Baseball.
Well,
they were. I mean, I'm a Yankee fan, but I tell you, I hate the Red Sox, but you got to. They were playing very well.
Well, that was the funny thing. It was before the season even started. Every sports writer, every sports critic had Boston was the team to beat this year, and they already had the World Series. We shouldn't have even played the season. Just give the ring to Boston. They were built for a World Series. I mean, Tim McCarver and that jobber of a broadcaster last weekend when the Yankees were playing the Red Sox on Fox 5 said the same thing. Oh, this is still the team to beat. No, it's not. There's 162 games that separate you from opening day and the playoffs.
Are you really one of those Joe Buck haters?
It wasn't Joe Buck.
No, but I'm just saying. I think of Tim McCarver, and I think of right by his side, Joe Buck, because he usually does skid around.
Tim McCarver is the John Madden of baseball announcing. I mean, it's pathetic to listen to him. And I grew up listening to Tim McCarver. And being a radio guy and a sports broadcaster, I looked up to Tim McCarver. And I looked up to Joe Buck. I mean, Joe Buck was good. But in the past couple of years, it's been a complete 180. Let's just hate on the Yankees and every other team is better. It's like, okay, let's look at baseball for a second. Who has won, or what team has won the most World Series championships in all of baseball? The Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
They've won 27 World Championships, okay? Now, I know all the Yankees are going, well, you bought yourself a championship. What the hell did Boston do?
A lot of
Boston
teams
bought themselves a team, and they still couldn't do it.
Right. The thing is, I think people need to understand that even though baseball, football, basketball, it's sport, it's a sporting event, it's entertainment, you got to understand something. It is also a business, all right?
Absolutely.
The fact of the matter is, you could spend all the money you want on players, they're still human beings. There are going to be teams. What about the Tampa Bay Rays? They're in the postseason. They have a $41 million payroll.
Yeah.
So I understand the logic behind the fact that you're going to buy better players, you're going to have more of a chance of winning. True, to a point. But the fact is, it doesn't mean teams that have a low payroll aren't going to do it as well.
I mean, you brought up a great point with Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
You take A-Rod's contract and Jeter's contract, basically, and add them together. Those two guys pretty much equal the payroll of the entire Tampa Bay team.
Right.
And Tampa Bay made the playoffs. Why? Because they wanted it. Now, I'm a diehard Yankee fan, but I've got to be realistic here with baseball and say, hey, you know what? If I'm the Yankees, I'm nervous now. And the reason I'm nervous is because you've got a 5-game set against Detroit. The first game that is thrown is Justin Verlander.
And he's the top of the pitching.
He's probably one of the best pitchers ever to play the game.
He's awesome.
Okay? So you've got that. It's a short series. It's only 5 games.
That's a pay-per-view event. Steve Sabathia versus Verlander.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you.
Absolutely. But think about it. Okay, let's say we get past Detroit. What happens if Tampa wins?
Right.
Tampa's hungry.
Yeah,
They're coming in hot.
Yeah.
They're one of the hottest teams in baseball, and they just had a massive emotional win last night, knowing that Boston choked it up again. They came back from 9 games. All they have to do is win 4.
Yeah.
Granted, it's 4 against the Yankees or whoever will be against them. Let's say Detroit, happens to beat the Yankees. It's 4 against Detroit. But if you're the Yankees or Detroit, you got to be worried about that series, and you got to be watching every game because, I mean,
you do.
Tampa Bay is tough.
It's going into the playoffs as the Yankees really weren't playing for anything. They went into the playoffs, though, on a skid. 5 games in a row they lost, right?
And, some of it could be that they rested some guys.
I understand
and
that.
They played the single-A ball club.
Yeah,
and I understand that you don't really have anything else to play for, and I get all that. But the excuses are done now. You're in the playoffs. You could be gone in 3 games.
Yeah.
You could be gone in 7 games. You could be gone in 11 games if you make it to the World Series.
Oh, I mistake. 4 games they lost in a row. But still, 4 or 5 games. So they go into the playoffs.
But regardless, the Tampa is hot. And I don't know any other team in the playoffs right now that I would be more nervous about than them, with the exception of maybe Milwaukee.
It's not going to be, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be an easy run for the Yankees. And if they do, which, probability shows that they would make the World Series, the fact is they're going to more than likely go up against whom? The Phillies. And once they make it, the Phillies are a Yankee caliber team this year. They're up there, and one could argue that they're better than the Yankees. I'm a Yankee fan, but I'm telling you, the Phillies are awesome. They have the pitching. They've got better pitching than the Yankees. Their hitting isn't at quite the same level to the Yankees, but they have a better starting pitching. The bullpen is not as good as the Yankees, but their pitching starting is.
I don't know if I would consider that Philly is up there with the Yankees. Granted, they're good.
They are. You got to give Philly the props.
They have a very decent team. I will give you that.
They've got a great team.
But,
John.
Boston was the team that was built for the World Series, and they had the best pitching in baseball, and they had the best lineup, and they got Carl Crawford, and they got, Gonzalez.
Gonzalez.
And, they got all the big name guys.
There you go, Ronnie.
Yeah, way to go, Ron. They got all the big name guys. Who was the guy that coughed it up last night that brought in the tying run besides Pavlon? Oh, that's right, Crawford.
Yep.
Dropped the ball.
Oh, that was, I'll tell you.
Thank God he didn't become a Yankee.
What a disappointment he's been for them. What a disappointment. The horrible season he had, and they spent, 100-something million, 142 mil on him?
And they flaunted it in the Yankees' face like no tomorrow. Look at what we got. Well, hate to tell you this, Boston, but look what we got. We got the AL East. We got a ticket to the playoffs.
Yeah, home field advantage.
We got home field advantage, and the only way you're getting to the playoffs this year is either by watching it on TV or buying a ticket like everybody else.
Yeah.
That, my friend, is how I will sleep well tonight, knowing that my team's in the playoffs and Boston is on an entire suicide watch. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So is Ellsbury, is this his last year playing?
Ellsbury,
no, he's young.
No, I believe there are a couple of Red Sox that are at the end of their contract.
Papelbon is at the end of his contract.
Yep. Is Terry Francona going to be back next year? Do you think?
I don't think so.
I mean, he's at the end of his.
I don't think you'll see Theo Epstein either.
Well,
I think he's going to take a walk.
I think you're going to see quite a few changes. If you're a Red Sox fan, even if you're not and you're watching the Red Sox play a team, your team, you're going to see quite a few changes next year. Absolutely, after this skid. I mean, we're talking about the largest collapse in baseball history right here. And we go back to 2007, the Mets had that epic collapse right there. But we're not only talking about the Red Sox here and their 9-game collapse. They are joined with, and these are two teams that lead the top 5, might I add, with the Braves. 8.5 games. They gave up an 8.5 game lead. It's just how it happened. The final game of the regular season, 162 games played, to have four teams, 2 games go on, and the drama.
Yep.
I don't think you'll ever see that intense drama ever again in our lifetime. I don't think we'll ever see something like that.
It was honestly one of the best nights to be a baseball fan last night. Watching baseball.
It really was.
Even if you take away being a Yankee fan, being a Red Sox, just to be an absolute baseball fan. It was probably one of the best nights to watch baseball. It was so exciting and so good for the game. And I heard Jack, what's Jack's last name? The guy that does the post game for the Yankees.
Oh, Jack. I
can't. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I did.
So he mentioned last night you play 2,142 regular season. Jack Curry, thank you. Yeah. You play 2,142 or 2,412. Regular season baseball games. You figure 162 games times 30 teams for the season to get to that moment.
Right.
He summed that up so well because that's exactly what it was. You were playing for your life last night.
You were.
And it felt like World Series Game 7, and it was the last game of the regular season.
The fact is, though, Johnny, they controlled their own destiny.
Absolutely.
The fact is, they beat Baltimore. All right, let's go hypothetically. They beat Baltimore. They have to go to a 1-game playoff. They play the Tampa Bay Rays. They win. They're in the postseason. So they had control of their own destiny. Yep. They failed to do it, and the Red Sox fans need something to hop onto while the Yankees are in the playoffs. Lo and behold, the fact that the Yankees played a Tampa Bay Rays team that was hot, A. B, they were playing to try to make the playoffs. Yes, so they're up. Okay, the Yankees are up 7-0. Understandably, they should have won the game, right? But the fact is, teams that are getting ready to either end their season or fight to get into the playoffs can come back. They're going to do everything they can.
They wanted it more. That's all.
That's
they wanted
the way
it more.
Is. Ronnie, what do you want to add to this? I mean, did you see any of the games last night? Did you watch any of them?
No, I didn't.
I'll tell you.
You should tell me. Okay, hey, Ronnie, guess what?
Oh, well, you missed one hell. If you would have watched last night, it was one heck of a night of baseball for baseball fans. Even those that weren't baseball fans would have been converted over to baseball because of that. What happened easily because of the drama. You could, I mean, they'll play the reruns. You'll be able to catch it online, and it really was amazing. It was truly amazing. Now, seeing that you're a Yankee fan for the night, Ronnie,
okay.
What team? I don't know. Did you follow a certain team growing up in baseball? I mean, I know you're more of a football fan, but. Was there a team that you followed? Anything?
When I was growing up, because I'm originally from Missouri, before I moved to New Jersey, I was transplanted back to here. But we had the Kansas City Royals,
right?
that's basically, who we kind of stuck around with was the Kansas City Royals.
Well, yeah.
You know what's cool about Kansas City Royals? You might know this, Ronnie. You know the Kansas City Royals will never, or we shouldn't say never, but will very rarely rain out a baseball game. It could be an absolute flood, and they will not rain a game. You want to know why that is?
Why? I didn't
Do you know why that is, Ronnie?
Well, first of all, they're under flood right now.
Well, what I'm saying, do you know?
Playing.
Do you know why? Well, no, the season's over. Kansas City's not playing anymore.
Yeah.
But do you know why they won't rain out a game? The
Why?
reason behind it is because, and Ronnie, correct me if I'm wrong, out in where the stadium is, where the Royals play, that's
Right.
pretty much the only thing out there with them and the Chiefs in like a 40-mile radius.
That's it.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And people literally plan their entire day, week, month work schedule around going to a Royals game because
Yeah.
it's so far out in the middle of nowhere
Yeah.
that the
It is.
Royals feel bad.
That's something that they look
Yeah.
forward to, seeing that that's only that's the only thing they
Exactly.
have. They hold on to that right there.
Exactly.
Right.
They look
That's
up
the
to
same
these
thing here with the
idols. They do.
Yep.
That's what we do here.
See, we're so used to Johnny and I. We're so used to sports. We're in, I guess, arguably the largest sports
Absolutely.
network in the world. We've got the Yankees, we've got the Jets, we've got the Giants, we've got the Mets, we've got
The Devils, the Rangers.
Devils, the Rangers. Yeah, but even the market that we're in, you go to Central Jersey, you've got the Philadelphia Phillies, and then the market right to our north, the Boston Red Sox. In the tri-state area,
And you got all the minor league teams.
The
You got
minor
the Newark
league
Bears,
teams.
the Jackals. You got a bunch of people.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
see,
just
we don't have
weird.
that here.
It's-
when I lived out there, my uncle was a huge Yankees fan. Everything he had was Yankees. So I'm going to adopt that.
Absolutely. We'll send you a jersey.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is,
I'll take a jersey.
there are the Yankees. Would you say the Yankees are probably in terms of the amount of fans? There are more fans for the Yankees than any other team. I mean, I don't know if this is an argument that Boston Red Sox fans would probably.
The Red Sox
come
have
up
a
against.
lot.
They do have a lot of fans, but you can go to the West Coast, you could go to South America, you could go to Europe, you could go to Asia, and you'll see you see Yankee fans there.
Well,
I mean, all over.
It is true that the Yankee symbol, the interlocking NY,
Right.
or the actual Yankee logo that's on my cup right here,
Yeah.
is the most. Actually, more the interlocking NY, but that the Yankee emblem is the most recognized
Yes.
emblem in
I don't
all
doubt that.
sports franchise
I don't
history.
doubt that at
So-
all.
That what you have here is mainly when you're talking about the professional teams that are going on here. If you go to the sports stores, most of it is all the Yankees that they have in the windows.
See,
Thank
go
you very
in, it's
much.
all the
And
Yankees.
this is where the business part of me comes into play here, because the Yankees, how popular they are. You think of, all right, now Red Sox fans, you're going to think exactly different. But when you hear MLB, I bring up MLB. The first thing that comes to your mind, you're not going to think of Kansas City Royals. You're not going to think of the Pittsburgh Pirates. You're going to think of Yankees, or you're going to
Yeah.
think of Red Sox.
Absolutely.
It's just because these are the big teams. Now you'll think of Phillies because they've rose to that level. Now clearly the Yankees, because they've got as many World Series champions. I mean, they've got so many World Series championships. That's probably what's going to come to any baseball fan's mind, or even if you're not a baseball fan, you know of the New York Yankees. You know of the Yankees. It's just because it's been embedded into your minds because of the amount of World Series championships. They're, of course, a team that's been around for so long. It's clearly the market that we're in, that the Yankees are in. They could spend the money. They've been known to have quite a few Hall of Fame players, and
You think?
it's just that's what's they're known for that. And the Red Sox too, though. I mean, you got to give the Red Sox some credit too, even though we're Yankee fans. That they're a name that baseball fans know of quite a bit. Even though you're a Yankee fan, you know of the Red Sox.
Name 3 Hall of Famers from Boston.
From Boston.
Off the top of your head, not using the computer, right now.
Obviously, the thing is, I don't know as much about Boston.
Okay, name 3.
I can't tell you.
Name 3 Hall of Fame. Name 3 Hall of Famers from the New York Yankees without using your computer.
The New York Yankees. Well, I'll tell
3
you.
Hall of Famers.
Babe Ruth.
Okay.
You've got Mickey Mantle.
Yep.
And you've got, let's use Yogi Berra.
Okay. See, there you go.
Yeah.
That's why the Yankees are more recognized than Boston. Thank you.
Right. The fact of the matter here is, though, if you were to question a Red Sox fan, Johnny,
Yes.
they would be able to tell you 3. Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make. But the point you just made, and great point, might I add, was that, yeah, it was very easy, even though I'm a Yankee fan, to name 3 off the top of my mind. That probably, if you were to question 10 Yankee fans, you'd get noticeably different differences, or noticeably different answers from all 10 of those Yankee fans in terms of Hall of Famers, because there are so many of them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, who would you have named 3 Hall of Famers from the New York Yankees? Who would you have named?
Oh, Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris, Joe DiMaggio, Lou Gehrig.
Right. So you're naming
Reggie
3
Jackson.
right in a 4 in a row without even mentioning the last one that I mentioned.
Bill Dickey.
So right. So there's just so many of them, which is why they're such a recognized team.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you can't do that for Boston. Why? Because Boston's terrible.
As Yankee fans, you know what? And we can talk this year. We could talk this year, absolutely, because the Yankees are in the postseason.
Too bad.
And the Red Sox are not.
Too bad we don't have a Red Sox fan in the studio right now.
I know.
be
I don't think a Red Sox fan would want to come into the studio.
Or even just call in.
I don't even think they would want to call in, to be honest with you.
I wouldn't if I was them.
No,
Hell
I feel pretty depressed. And remember what I said at the beginning of the show, that even though the Red Sox are not in the postseason, as a Yankee fan, we do know we have experienced that point. We have experienced depression before.
One year.
Yeah, I'm just saying though, we do know how it feels, and we went through that stretch of no World Series championships, and but
that's all right. 2011's our year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. What
One
about you, Ronnie?
I'm with you.
One good thing is Boston at least gets to work on their tee time now and
Yeah.
their golf swing. So that's a plus.
They've received a jump start to get to golf. So if anything, and the
That
Yankees
works.
and Red Sox go golfing, the Yankees are going to have a bit of catching up to do. But I'll take the postseason over golfing.
I want to know
I'll
how
take
many
it.
of the Red Sox fans that were watching it from their living rooms have to buy new television sets today.
How many?
I have no idea. I want to
know.
know.
That's interesting. That's an interesting thing you brought
How many
up. A
kids
study
at this
that brings up how many TV sets were broken because of. I talked to my friend who goes to school up in New England, and they're all Red Sox fans. And he says everybody, believe it or not, were very quiet. They weren't talking. They were very quiet. They were depressed. Clearly,
A buddy of mine goes to
shocked.
UMass, and he said it was absolute silence on campus last night. Like somebody died. Absolute silence. They got nobody to blame but themselves.
The thing is, it's rubbing salt in the wounds of Red Sox fans because they had a 9-game lead going into September, and they literally, what did they go, 5-20 for the month of September?
Something
I
like
believe?
that, 4-21.
That's horrid. That is horrid, and obviously that's going to rub salt in the wound. That's going to make it worse for the Red Sox fans. It's going to make it worse for them. They're going to feel horrible. They're going to feel they're going to feel depressed. Can they relinquish the fact that the Red Sox are going to make changes next year and they're going to have more motivation to do better than they did this year? Because on a positive note, for teams that do as bad as the Red Sox did in the month of September, you would think that's going to be a bit of oomph underneath it. Right in your emotions are gonna be let out next season. They're gonna want to redeem themselves. Clearly,
Absolutely.
you would think.
Absolutely.
But that's not here yet. We still have to get through the 2011 postseason and go Yankees.
Absolutely. Hey, not to change the subject. I know
Sure.
we're getting ready to end the show.
Yeah.
And besides watching the Yankees this weekend, what are you doing this weekend? Anything exciting?
Probably working in studio on quite a few things. Why? What's up?
Well, no, I know you're a big horror fan. I know you like the horror movies, and I know, Ronnie, you like horror movies and things like that. Just wanted to give a shout-out really quick to, remember I told you before about working for the Newark Bears?
Right.
There is a huge Halloween scare-a-thon. Starts tomorrow night at the stadium. They put they've put some crazy amount of work into this. They've got over 120,000 different props and lighting effect. I mean, they've taken a baseball stadium. They've taken a baseball stadium and made it a scare factory.
That's
It
nice.
is ridiculous. So I just wanted to wish them good luck. If you guys want to find out some information on the Scare-a-thon or Scare Nation or Stadium of Screams, as I believe is what they're calling it, you can check out NewarkBears.com. I plan on being down there at least once before the show is over. Unfortunately, this weekend I'm going to be doing a lot of work, so it may not be this weekend, but it does start tomorrow night. Goes through, I think, November 5th or whatever. And
Very cool.
it's all on NewarkBears.com if you guys want to check that out.
Yeah.
But I brought it up because we were talking about the postseason, and postseason makes me think of Halloween. And I was like, yes, that's what I meant to tell you before. So that's what I wanted to tell you. If you have nothing else better to do this weekend.
But let me ask you this, though, because on my Facebook wall, right after the Yankees clinched the postseason,
Yes.
a playoff berth, it's a good time. Is there anything better than, in terms of sports, than the Yankees playing in October? I feel like I'm a baseball fan, and I'm a huge Jets fan too, and I would love to see the Jets going to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
There were people that commented on my post saying, yeah, the Jets winning the Super Bowl would be better than the Yankees in the postseason. I'm like, you know what? There's something about watching New York Yankee baseball in October in the postseason. It's just, I don't know, the fans going wild at Yankee Stadium. It's filled to the rafters. It's filled to the rafters no matter what. The Yankees sell almost every game pretty much. It's just, I don't know. At least I'm not the only one that feels that way.
Yesterday was the best early birthday present I could have gotten.
Yeah, and your birthday right around the corner.
Tuesday.
And we want to wish, of course, Johnny P. a happy birthday.
Thank you.
And
Getting old.
I think we all are. I'm halfway to 50, buddy.
Are you really?
I'm 25.
Ooh, thanks for clarifying that there, Thesaurus, because I couldn't do the math. I still got a little bit on you, buddy. Still got a little bit on you. I'm almost at the point for AARP, but not quite at the point about tying me to the tree and shooting me.
Oh, when they start sending you literature, you know you're over there.
No, I haven't hit the big 3-0 yet. I haven't hit that one. I'm still a couple years away from that. But
I'm still clear of it. I haven't reached it yet.
Yeah.
Yay!
But I'm
So
not reaching it.
we're all clear of 30 right now.
Thank
We're all before 30
God.
right now. Okay.
Although I feel about 60 right now. My bones are cracking and stuff.
And you're sweating quite a bit. I'm sweating too. It gets hot in the studio after a half hour, I'm telling you. And
Sweating like a... Never mind. I'm not going to use that Pokemon joke.
but so great to be here. We gave you almost a 3-hour show. We appreciate each and every one of you taking the time to join us. Of course, this is going to be on VOTN.com. It's going to be all over the internet, so you'll be able to catch this if you missed it. Be able to rewatch it over and over and over again. We'll love that.
We are quite the rock stars. 3 hours.
Yeah, it really, really was a pleasure to be able to be here with you, Johnny, and to have Rhonie come in.
Yeah.
At the end like this.
Rhonie being a rock star.
Yeah. And, of course, Sami Eldebs, who joined us for
What a rock star.
41 minutes to put on a small concert for us, playing covers, playing some of his original stuff. Thank you, Sami. Remember to visit SamiEldebs.com, SamiEldebs.com. That's SamiEldebs.com. That's SamiEldebs.com. Check out his website. He's got all the social media links there, and anything you want to know about his upcoming album or tour or whatever you want. It's all
I
there.
wish we could get him to play one more time before
That
we
would
went
be
off the
awesome.
air.
It really would.
We can't play anything off of his stuff right now, can we? No, right? Because it's not released yet.
No. That would have been cool, though. But the fact is, we'll
have to go to YouTube later. I might just listen to YouTube on my way home. Wouldn't that be cool if I could listen to YouTube in my car?
You could. If you have if you have an iPhone, you can.
I have the
3G.
iTouch.
Yeah, you'd need 3G to be able to listen
that
to
ain't
YouTube.
happening.
But an iPhone, you can use the 3G.
Yeah.
Even with an old BlackBerry, you can use the 3G to access the internet.
I'm not
and
that
do all
cool.
of
I
that.
got this old-fashioned flip phone thing.
It's we all.
Alexander Graham Bell's.
You're using a dumb phone.
Yeah, Alexander Graham Bell's prototype right here.
I got the
See,
BlackBerry.
mine's a dumb
I enjoy
phone,
it
too.
too.
I wish I had a
I enjoy
smart
the
one.
BlackBerry. I have the BlackBerry here. The BlackBerry.
You got
Curve.
a BlackBerry. Look at you, you big boy, you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Wow, you are quite the executive.
But that's all the time we have, folks. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for joining us. And my voice is going, so it's been a long show, but sadly we do have to go. But you'll see us again, Johnny and I, and
Hopefully.
of course Rhonie. Don't worry, we'll be back. Until next time, you all are great. Remember to visit beyondthenet.com. Much love to you all. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you again.
Oh, bye.